Brad Johnson here, and I'm excited to create this video as just last night I was able to participate in the CE-5 group that's stationed here in Vancouver. For those of you who may not be aware, CE-5 is all part of CSETI, the Center for the Search of Extraterrestrial Intelligence. And being part of this group last night, I was able to go out to a specific location here in Vancouver, BC, Canada. And through the 6 of us that were a part of this very, very special night of contact, we were able to do a lot of the particular protocols that represented the standard CE-5 group contact initiative. And we were able to find some really, really extraordinary results that took place. So the following video that you're going to see is just going to be some very, very small clips of what was seen last night. Unfortunately, the area literally had no surrounding lights, and this is the current camera that I'm using, or I was using last night, to capture a lot of the footage, but it was basically pitch black, and there really wasn't that much after the first sighting that will be shown on camera here. So the following footage is from last night, and you can go ahead and check that out now.
On that area.
Oh, there it is again. There it is. It's right there.
Yeah.
Where? Right there, yeah. Right there.
Yahweh, please send the angels.
Okay, so everybody just concentrate on that area and ask if they will come
Near the
in
mountain?
and show us again where they are.
Oh, I saw it. I saw it blink. Yep, I see it again. It's plane. Oh, there. You see it? Yeah.
No,
I
I'm
saw
just
the blink. Yeah, it's blinking. It's blinking.
I love this constellation.
Where? There's one. Can you give him
Do
the?
you see this here? This constellation here. It's almost like a triangle.
Does anyone see that way in the distance?
You will
It's sort of
point
like
at it. Point
Can
at
you
it.
point at it? Point to the laser so I can get the camera.
right there.
Oh yeah, I saw it.
Right there.
I saw something blink.
Right there.
Yeah.
It's blinking. You have to look really close. It's so faint.
There, I saw it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, send out some thoughts and ask if they will
Yeah, I see it blinking here.
brighten up or come a little closer and let us have a
I can faintly see it now. There, it's sort of blinking.
Yeah.
This looks like a good prelude to the night, guys.
You're seeing, yeah.
Yeah. It just got brighter just for a split second and
just saw
then
that,
dimmed
yeah.
out.
Now it's kind of slowly getting dimmer. Now it's gone.
No, it's
Now
still
it's
there.
appears.
Yeah.
Again, I can't see it now. No.
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
I can, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just a satellite.
Did flare up.
Yeah. Oh, there again.
Oh yeah! Oh, holy
there
crap!
we go.
Oh,
whoa!
Thank you so much.
Now, is that a plane or is that
It was almost like luminescent, like it was brightened up for a sec.
It just kind of disappeared.
That was the
so-
third time it got bright.
Yeah, that got like really big. It was like poof, like a puff of light.
I do. Where did
I got
it
it.
disappear?
I got it on camera,
And
so
it sort of got brighter and then it kind of went down. It almost
Yeah.
looked like it went twice.
it was like right in the center of the viewfinder. It was like a pshoosh, like that.
And but didn't it do it a second
It
time?
pulsed.
Yeah, it pulsed.
It pulsed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
like
pulsed.
It got bright
Can
and then
somebody
went
point
down.
at it again just so I can...
Oh yeah, it pulsed again. It's up above, right there.
There,
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
just
there it is.
one.
There it is. There's
Yeah,
the
there we
bright.
go. Oh.
The pulse.
Flash it with the laser a couple of times to get a response.
Give me a... There.
So, just after seeing the footage, another particular interesting event that took place last night was that one of the craft that was joining us throughout the particular group was basically just going at a much more faster pace, was just starting to fly across the sky, and as each of us were basically sending love to this craft basically just flashed, like really quickly, flashed, and then just took off. I basically compared it to a feeling as if, you know, if you have people that are standing by the side of the road, you know, if they're doing like a car wash or something like that, and you have a person just driving by and honking their horn in support. This is basically how I got the interpretation of this particular spacecraft that was just flying by us. Just flying by at a very quick rate, felt what we were doing, gave us a flash of support, and then took off. So that was one of our most extraordinary moments, I guess you could say, last night through the CE-5 contact. There was also another really interesting thing that happened pertaining to a trail in the sky. Now the very interesting thing is that you would think that this may be something like a contrail or a chemtrail or anything like that, but there were no aircraft that were literally passing by to create this particular trail. And usually if you're looking at like a chemtrail, you usually see how it expands eventually over time. This did not expand, it maintained its original trail. And what it looked like as if planet Earth herself had rings in the sky. It was quite extraordinary. And basically this trail just slowly started to move. Because we saw the west side of the mountains, and then it was starting to move more into the east side. And then there was another trail that picked up as well too, and started doing something else. So it was a very, very curious phenomenon, that one. Still nothing really to explain about that, but it was again quite fascinating. So with the CE-5 contact group last night, being able to make this type of contact, what was also very, very interesting is that we were feeling a lot of sensations, a lot of just particular jolts of energy last night as well too. And I had a feeling of who was being responsible for a lot of that. And as I kind of just tapped into my energy, because I was basically feeling as if someone was kind of like tapping the palm of my hand like this. Another said that he felt it was like raindrops, as if raindrops were coming down. And of course it was a clear night. And I also felt like as if another being was doing this, like a light little poke on the, right between my thumb and index finger here. I just did like a little poke. And so I just tapped into it, and what I found was that it felt like the Ya-Yel. And as soon as I said the Ya-Yel, everybody else started feeling these different types of sensations as well too. And people are asking me, oh, what's the Ya-Yel? Who are the Ya-Yel? You know. So I explained exactly who the Ya-Yel are. And as we are open through a CE-5 contact group to be welcome and open all life forms, all beings, all star beings, so to speak, that want to visit us, I again extended that invitation. But because I have a very strong personal rapport with the Ya-Yel, I was basically saying, well, brothers and sisters of the Ya-Yel, here's your chance. Now you have the opportunity to come in. And we did see a few other kind of quickly rushing ships just about 30 seconds to a minute after I was giving out that request. So I felt like a lot of the Ya-Yel energy was together last night throughout this particular group. We are planning on doing a lot of these regular outings, and hopefully I'm going to try and get some better equipment in the times ahead to record some really good stuff that we encounter here in Vancouver, to really getting more of the physical side of contact together. But of course what I've always really appreciated and continue to function as is a conscious channel, being able to make that conscious contact. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring Adronis in. And Adronis is also going to invite Kidioki and Kal'leena together as well too, as they're basically just going to be talking a little bit about contact in any shape, way or form that they wish. So I'm going to go ahead and get into a state now, bring Adronis through first, and then he'll be giving the introduction pertaining to what will be discussed, and of course then bringing Kidioki and Kal'leena through. Okay. So if you guys are still unfamiliar with Kidioki, of who he is, he represents the second generation, or the second branch, so to speak, of the hybrid races. So we know of the first three, of the Ya-Yel, of the Pleiadian, and of the Sasani. So Kidioki represents that of a member of the Pleiadian, second generation hybrid race. And then of course Kal'leena represents that of the Ya-Yel race. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and bring Adronis through, and we'll get started. So here we go. We are here at this time, and we bid you greetings, and thank you very much for the opportunity of this interaction today. I am Adronis from Sirius, sending love, appreciation, and gratitude to everyone who is tuning in to this particular transmission being brought forward through your internet collective consciousness. Throughout this particular interaction, this day of your time, what we shall do momentarily is, in that sense, invite other guests, shall we say, through this particular conduit, other energies, that which you would know as Kidioki, that which you would know as Kal'leena, to, in that sense, share their particular perspective pertaining to, shall we say, the advancement of understanding contact upon your world, particular forms of advisement, particular forms of, shall we say, shared guidance, that can literally help to, shall we say, allow others who are very, very new to the idea of making contact to bring forward these particular understandings that can assist them in the arrangement of, shall we say, mutually agreed upon physicalized contact coming together in some form. What we shall address first of all is that the whole idea is that many of you in that sense are creating these particular groups upon your planet, and that you are beginning to, shall we say, communicate to the degree where you are, shall we say, bringing your presence together. What we would truly represent as a caveat to this understanding is the feeling of being able to, shall we say, become a little more prepared beforehand, because again, equipment, technology in that sense can be very, very helpful. But if you are not truly prepared yourselves, then in that sense you could receive distortions pertaining to these particular encounters. It's not to say that many of these beings will not come to visit you, but if you are literally not aligned within the particular form of recognition, to the particular form of, shall we say, energetic stature that many of these beings may require in that sense, you will not be able to make contact with a majority of these beings. These beings themselves are energetically sensitive, many of the ones in that sense who wish to make contact with you. Literally, they operate on a very, very high frequency of vibration. If there is, shall we say, particular doubt, if there are particular fears, if there are, shall we say, certain degrees of impatience, this reflects as energy that literally cannot be bonded together with, shall we say, to make certain contacts happen. Now, that's not to say that all particular contacts would be dismissed, but it's very, very important, it's a very good recommendation that we wish to give you here, is for you to have, shall we say, this particular state of energetic well-being. Being able to go to a site, being able to perform your necessary protocols from whatever you feel is deemed fit, pertaining to operating not only as a singular mind, but also as a group mind. The group mind that remains clear, like a crystal, will allow more of an interaction based upon the agreed, shall we say, site or location, whatever you wish to call it, to engage certain forms of, shall we say, contacts. So, the whole idea is that yes, there will be other particular contacts that will take place upon your planet that are not, shall we say, CE-5 in regards to your basis of understanding. That many of these particular contacts themselves are more, shall we say, for the demonstration of realizing that other civilizations exist, giving you a particular demonstration, shall we say, to facilitate a great deal of endeavors of particular forms of assignments that are taking place upon your world. Everything really has a purpose past the genuine article. So, what we will say in conclusion is the whole idea of allowing yourself to attain a deep, shall we say, connection with yourself, a deep connection with the group mind that decides to function together with you in harmony, to allow yourself to go into these particular outings, to allow some form of sighting, some form of contact to take place. Yes, you can in that sense, again, utilize many different forms of criteria relating to your technology, pertaining to light, pertaining to sound, pertaining to transmission. This in that sense is quite helpful. But again, what is the most helpful is you yourselves, is all of you together within this group endeavor, shall we say, to allow yourselves to remain clear, to bring yourselves clarity, and to allow yourselves to function as that crystal, all together with the intention of making contact, pure, with love, with loving qualities, with loving forms of, shall we say, ambassadorial understandings, to where other ambassadors that represent the key of holding that particular frequency together would be able to meet up with you at some particular point, in some particular way, on some particular evening, in some particular location, to bring forward more of this particular contact that you are both mutually seeking to allow some form, shall we say, of benchmark that will lead into your future. We thank you very much, and we will now, shall we say, pass the energies on towards Kidioki, that of the Ya-Yel, who will come forward and in that sense address his particular perspectives pertaining to the idea of contact. We are now going to calibrate this conduit. One moment, please. We say greetings to our brothers and to our sisters that are tuning into this particular transmission. I am that of which you would know as Kidioki of the Ya-Yel, to which we have been invited together through this conduit, through the energies of that of which you would know as Adronis, who is facilitating this communication appropriately to allow our energies to center together with you. As much in regards to the information that's being brought forward tonight of your time, or any other particular form of daylight hours wherever you may be upon your planet, simply represents the idea of how we come forward in this particular way to share the endeavors of contact that is taking place upon your world. Understand that the veil of contact to which you would acknowledge pertaining to many different sightings upon your world, to, in that sense, the group recognition, understanding the consistency of the sightings taking place in a grander degree, is representing the idea that many of you are invoking the influence to allow your world to become open, shall we say, like an ear that is being brought forward together and sharing your willingness to make contact, hearing what the universe has to say. We greatly encourage this. We greatly encourage you to, in that sense, intuitively discover areas within your planet that you deem valuable to allow some type of contact to commence. Understand that it can be just as something as simple as something as your backyard that can initiate some degree of contact. What is very, very important is that however you wish to engage your particular endeavors, your protocols, your rules, your standards, in regards to the efficiency of your own contact, is that you truly connect to the energies that are existing beyond your world. That you really feel all the craft, all of the beings that exist beyond your world. That you can also tune into other beings that exist deeply within your world as they too possess spacecraft. So it can literally be from the core of your planet internally to feel this particular energy field that is spherical, that then expands itself out like a pulse, a pulsing wave, to where you literally feel the result amplification effects of the craft that become detected within this field. That many of the craft that you are able to sense intuitively, that you can literally bond together with them and share your love and your appreciation with them. Feel a rapport in regards to them as they can be invited. You can literally invite any particular craft you wish. If you are simply willing to be open in regards to ambassadorial relations, again, as Adronis has stated, what is primarily important is your energetic well-being. Should you, in that sense, be tainted together in particular states of energetic well-being, this will cause certain forms of difficulties to ensue that will not be able to allow the benefit of some particular type of sighting, of some particular type of contact to be brought forward. Understand that many of us here do not want to frighten you. We do not want to scare you. We do not want to send you running for the hills. So the whole idea here is that your mentality is the shape. Your mentality is the key here that will allow many of us to communicate together with you. Us personally, as the Ya-Yel, have shared in contact with many of our cousins, that of which you would know as the Ya-Yel, that of which you would know as the Sasani or the Shikani, in that sense, who have been able to, shall we say, visit your world. We have been a part of this as well. And we will continue to be a part of this as well as we do our particular part, as we share in our own alignments to help usher in the understanding that you are indeed part of our family, part of the star family, and that we have always been here and that we will always continue to be here. So, intuitively seek out the locations that you deem appropriate in regards to certain degrees of contact, as we are always willing to meet up with you as long as you are configured both singularly and in group consciousness together with our particular wavelength algorithms of frequency, so that a particular contact, a particular communication, a particular sighting in any particular shape, way, or form in regards to how it can come about can be brought forward. But our intention in regards to those that are open in ambassadorial matters is not to frighten you. So the whole idea here is, again, allowing your energies to be calibrative in regards to the sufficient form necessary to allow yourself to be in the love frequency, in the love state, to have the patience, to learn to listen, to learn to trust your intuition, and to learn to bring forward this particular intention of love so that you can initiate contact with us or any others you decide to connect with. We thank you very much, and we will now return the energy back to Adronis. I am Kidioki of the Ya-Yel. We thank you very much. One moment, please. We are back, and we will now bring forward the final energy in regards to this particular interaction, this day of your time, pertaining to that of the energy that represents that of Kal'leena, a female representative of that of which you would know as the Ya-Yel civilization. We shall bring forward her energies together with this conduit now, so that she may share her perspective pertaining to the topic of contact. One moment, please.
Greetings. 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 We find it a blessing tonight to come before you to share with you all that we are drawing closer and closer to a different degree of contact that will be taking place upon your world within the short amount of time of your yearly cycles ahead. Many of you are going to be reintegrating with many other family members throughout spacecraft to which you have assisted in their genetic appropriation, to which I myself in some capacity and many others like me are sharing in the teaching and ambassadorial qualities pertaining to these children, pertaining to these young adults who are literally in training to assist you further. Understand that certain amount of these particular beings are literally already operating on your world. They are literally intermixed together with your culture. And so there is a lot happening, dear ones. There is a lot happening upon your world that you may not really be aware of. And that many of these particular beings will be able to reveal themselves when they feel it is appropriate. The reason why many of us want to make these particular contacts with you is because you are where many of these beings belong. They want to reunite with their families. They want to be back with their mothers. They want to be back with their fathers. But they understand that it does require a certain degree of time expanse throughout your world in order for this to be facilitated properly. Many of us, to that degree, are doing what we can to assist in this way to make the transition pertaining to these particular children to come upon your world when the timing is right to do so. But everything truly is in motion right now. There are select areas, select regions upon your planet right now where many of these children, young adults are stationed, are performing standard tasks to which you would know on your planet, very similar to that of, shall we say, organic gardening, very similar to that of what you would know as nature caretaking, living off the land, literally functioning in what you have also considered to be off-the-grid communities. Some of these beings dwell there. Some of these beings also dwell within your cities. Hello everyone. Unfortunately, before Kal'leena was able to conclude, the tape ran out, or rather the hard drive in the camera ran out before she was able to conclude. So I'm just basically going to give a summary of what she was talking about before the cutout happened. Basically, she was talking that the Ya-Yel children, in that sense, are aboard spacecraft of the Ya-Yel that are currently orbiting the Earth as well too. And that they are functioning in cities, they're functioning in different forms of communities all across the planet, and they're basically in incognito. And so it's basically just, through her perspective, to send love to these particular beings. Many of the particular contactees, quote-unquote visitors, who have assisted in bringing these children together, I've personally talked to, and it really is just a very growing community. And so they're really doing their part to assist in helping Earth out and helping out the human race. So just remember to kind of connect with them and really feel that love. It doesn't really matter if you feel that there's a certain physical appearance about them. You just know that they're on this planet. Just bless them along with everybody else that's on this planet, and working our way towards the day where a lot of these particular beings can actually come out, can show themselves and share themselves together with the human race. So that was basically what Kal'leena was sharing before she cut out, and Adronis came through and just thanked everybody for their time and concluded the session as well. So thank you very much for being a part of tuning into this transmission. Thank you very much for your interest, and again with Adronis and Kal'leena and Kidioki. You can find more information on my website, consciousmatrix.com. Thank you very much, and I will definitely have more updates pertaining to CE-5 contacts in the near future. A lot more stuff happening there. All the best. Take care. Much love, guys. Namaste.